For the Know with Good to Grow, I'm Kendia Smith.
Known as a TikTok superstar, Elias Fritz is certainly making waves. Desmond Saunders tells us why.
And the country's director of education talks to us about bullying in our schools. Details straight ahead.
Plus, the Rotary Club of South Ocean is all about leadership in action. Stay close for that.
And coming up in sports, day one of the high school track and field nationals underway.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Well, we have a winner, Marlena. Chantel Mackey has won the lucky ticket.
Ooh, and she has a free pass to the Bahamas Bridal Show this Sunday. So congratulations to her from the team here at Access Now.
So let's dive right into the news, shall we? Verbal, cyber, and/or sexual bullying continues to be a social issue among students in the public school system. It's unwanted, aggressive behavior that Director of Education Dominique McCartney-Russell says her anti-bullying team at the ministry is committed to getting to the root cause of.
Once we receive that information that a child is being bullied, we do have consequences for bullies. For example, some schools will have the bully write an essay on the consequences of bullying and what you're doing to the child who's being bullied. That child may receive an in-school suspension where they perform community service. They may also be asked to serve an out-of-school suspension at one of our suspension centers. But we always include an education aspect to it, and so an essay, and we provide counseling as well.
Well, female tourists now flocking to the Bahamas to meet a young, dashing local bartender who has literally put the Bahamas on the map again. Our Desmond Saunders found the TikTok superstar and filed this story.
The content is just... What's the rave about? I mean, I think they say I'm handsome.
Young Elias Fritz still reveling over his meteoric fame. He's racked up millions of views on TikTok and Facebook from female tourists while working as a bartender at the Tiki Bikini Hut on West Bay Street.
Like, it started off at like one video right there, sitting at the same exact spot right there. I passed a drink right over here at the same exact spot right there.
So they work here.
Yeah, they just like to record me, and they like to take pictures with me. They like to just they basically use me as like a a tourist attraction.
Yeah. Well, that one video of him at the popular tourist attraction posted by a female tourist has gone viral, making him an overnight internet sensation and a brand ambassador of sorts for the Bahamas.
My content, because the people come and record me. So the people that do come over here all the time, like every day on the flight or the cruise, I would say like one person out of like everybody in that video, or like one person like everybody in the day, one of those videos would go viral on the internet. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. by the time I go on my phone or go on TikTok and this and that, I see a video with 100,000 views saying this at the Tiki Bar and this and that. So
Elias' stardom has led to many lucrative opportunities near and far. Now, this juggernaut has no plans of relenting. He plans to continue making waves on social media and making his family and the Bahamas proud. Here at the Tiki Bikini Hut, Desmond Saunders, the Bahamas Tonight.
Good story there, Desmond. Well, the Rotary Club of South Ocean took a bold step in fostering male leadership and empowerment with Leadership in Action, Cultivating Men of Impact. During the event, Rotarian Dava Bullard emphasized the need to invest in young men.
That something was needed for the young boys. You know, even what we're seeing now in our society, what's happening, there's no space for the young men to just express themselves, but also to hear from those who have gone before them. And so for us, we said, you know, there are individuals, like Minister says, and the panelists that we have today who can actually give back, let them know what they can do in their life to make their life better.
We have a leadership event where we have young men from ages 13 to 18. The room is about 100 and something young men, and they're all here to soak up, to impact, to get knowledge, to garner experience, to network, and see exactly what it is to become a real man in this nation. So the reality is our country is falling short of real men. So we came here today to show these young men that, hey, there's a different way of life that you could have, no matter where you come from.
The forum featured the Honorable Alfred Sears as a keynote speaker and focused on themes like building stronger futures. For many young men who attended, this event was more than just a discussion. It was a call to action, and as the conversation continues, the hope is what these young men will step up to become leaders of tomorrow.
Well, this is an opportunity for us to speak to young people and talk about leadership and how to become impactful leaders. That is talking about vision, beginning with a vision of how these young men wish to impact their families, their country, and the world.
Incorporate these events in schools, in different churches, different clubs. They could organize events such as this to impact and reach more teens such as myself.
Well, this is just the inaugural event. We're intending for this to be an annual event at the Rotary Club of South Ocean. Rotary Club South Ocean is just 4 years old, and so, we're finding our footing, and we saw this opportunity, and honestly, we are going to continue this going forward in years to come.
In its quest to educate and protect the women of the Bahamas, the Progressive Liberal Party, Women's Branch, held a domestic violence seminar recently. Our Mauritian Burrows has the story.
Recent studies from the Inter-American Development Bank show that 1 in 4 Bahamian women have been a victim of at least one form of violence. It's a disturbing trend and a grave concern for domestic violence activists and advocates. Public Relations Coordinator of the PLP Women's Branch, Shakara Cargill, believes the seminar was necessary to shed light on this pressing matter.
Today we have organized a one-day event for domestic violence. It's called Unmasking Abuse, Combating Domestic Violence Together. I think domestic violence is a topic that's pretty taboo in our country, in our society, and we just wanted to shed some light on it. So we've gathered a group of amazing women from the Zonta Club. We have representatives from the police force. We have a therapist coming in. We have 2 therapists actually. And so we just want to give women information or make it readily accessible to them in a safer environment where there's no judgment, and you could feel free to ask all of the questions that you may have.
The event attracted women from the Zonta Club of Nassau and the Royal Bahamas Police Force, who all explored the multiple challenges faced by women. President of FOAM and keynote speaker for the event, Candy Gibson, shared her personal experiences with attendees.
Trauma triggers. While it's good to go for counseling and it's good to have a prayer life, I want you to know that trauma triggers. Yes. We as females, we come out of abusive relationship. I myself was one. And before we get healing, we go on to the next partner. Yes. Not knowing that, guess what? We are still broken, we are still bitter, we are still hurting. We take our baggage, and that person coming to us too, they come with baggage. Then that's something called trauma bonding.
As Bahamian women have been a victim of at least one form of violence, advocates say that stronger legal resolution is imperative. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Mauritian Barrows.
Still to come, the Valley Boys are in the house with very good news. Stay close to find out all about it.
Minister Glenys Hannah Martin and other educational officials visited Spanish Wells recently to greet the students, teachers, and administrators of the Samuel Guy Pinder All-Age School. During the visit, education officials assisted in presenting several awards to students for their excellent academic performances during the last school term.
We're proud of this school because Samuel Guy Pinder is distinguishing itself every year in this nation. Something is happening here that's happening right. And I think the director hit the nail on the head for it. One is the huge parental engagement and support.
I want to say thank you. Thank you to Ms. Rule. Thank you to our teachers. Thank you to the support staff, and certainly thank you, parents. It is indeed the village that causes for our children to excel and to maximize their potential.
Wes Underwood, a student of Samuel Guy Pinder All-Age School and a top national achiever in the BJC examinations, was recognized by the school for receiving 10 A grades. Here is his advice to students who also wish to achieve high grades in the national examinations.
If you want to get these good examination results, you have to study and obviously put in the hours. So I was studying from about 3 right after I got out of school till about 7 or 8 on the weekdays, and then on Saturdays I was also doing some tutor.
Jonalee McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Supermarkets. Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Picture long like whole milk, 1 liter, 2 for $3. Alex mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $6.69. Whole chicken wings, $1.79 per pound. Case price, $54.99. Red Cedar grapes, $2.99 per pound. Your favorites on special every day at Simple Value and Quality Supermarkets.
You're looking at an aerial shot of Nassau Cruise Port. There's a breathtaking sunset there. Our Neville Smith is the drone pilot of the night. Good shot, Nev. Well, let's take a flight down to Exuma. Let's...
History is in the making. The Exuma Independence Committee, recognizing Local Government Month, recently held a time capsule concealment ceremony at the administrator's residence. Not too late for the 50th anniversary of the Bahamas. Committees around the Bahamas organized time capsules filled with items reflecting pertinent aspects of Bahamian history. Exuma is now in the count. Marlena?
Thanks, LaDawn. Well, as promised, the Valley Boys join us tonight with some exciting news. Here with us are Michael Foster from the group's executive team, and we also have Davon Jones from the group's communications unit. Gentlemen, welcome to Access Now.
Thank you for having us.
Now, let's get straight to it. We tried to get you guys last night, but a little birdie told us that you were otherwise occupied with something spectacular that was happening. So, can you tell us what it was?
We've had a supporter, a sponsor for last year, who endeavored the journey with us, supported us throughout the year, despite all of the things you would have heard about the two valleys, right? And so he surprised us last night after having said to us, encouraged us to go on Bay Street and perform, despite the fact that we weren't allowed to participate, but he said we must go there and perform. And I guess the reward, so to speak, may be that he showed up last night after the court case, and he granted us $50,000.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now, speaking of that court case, the judge made a ruling yesterday that left your group feeling victorious. There is only one Valley Boys John Canoe group. Now, can you tell us about that ruling and what it means for the Valley Boys?
I want to say to you that from the outset of our journey and the registration of the group, we always knew that there was one Valley Boys, and that was us. Despite all of the shenanigans and the back and forth between the press and the other side, we always knew we were. The challenge we had was to get the public and to some degree the JCMP authority to accept us legally as the Valley Boys. Statements were made sometime around the summer that from the JCMP chairman saying that when the court makes a final decision, that they will abide by the court's ruling. So we were satisfied in what he said, but we were dissatisfied with some of the things he did afterwards. He seemingly, in our opinion, created a greater obstacle by getting involved in our matter when JCMP or its people should not have got involved in our matter, should have let it play out. Meanwhile, our committee, the way forward, was never a junk in the group, but we were trying to encourage an opportunity for the two sides to get together and work this out. Unfortunately, some of the executives on that side didn't see it that way. And so they put themselves in I would say, an advantaged position, being within the JCMP and being able to tell their story and what they saw things happening. And it shed a negative light on what we were trying to accomplish. What we were trying to accomplish was an election, fairness, accountability. And they seem not, over the years, to have any interest in doing that.
Well, now that we've seen that ruling, we also saw a press statement come out today talking about that ruling and the name. So, Devon, can you tell us a little bit about that release?
Well, the biggest challenge why that happened is just recently the JCNP had an election for their executive committee, and there would have been several members of that committee who was supposedly nominated as Valley Boys who aren't under our from our group. So we took a position with that. We felt that that was not the proper way to do that, and those members are not representative of the Valley Boys, which has clearly been designated yesterday. And that's kind of, for the most part, why we've made certain efforts and make further communications in the coming days with the JCNP to make it clear that we're not going to go through the charade and the games again this year. The judge has already ruled, and we intend to just be guided by that.
And now, in the wake of your victory, the sponsorship with Bahamas, what can you tell us about that?
I can say that there were numerous opportunities last year, but I think Bahamas wanted to assure that the matter was settled. And so we were told that once this matter is settled legally and whatever the case may be, we can come back to the table and have a conversation. I think that the Sandy Sands is a sincere person, and it's only been 2 days since the court ruling, and so we intend to go back there to retain the sponsorship and the relationship that we've had for so many years. Additional to that, there are other numerous sponsors that said the same thing to us last year. You'll get your stuff sorted out,
so we'll have to
and then come back and talk to us.
Amazing.
The beauty of this already is that 2 of them have called us. We didn't call them. They said, when y'all coming in to talk.
Love it.
So our future looks good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Foster, Devon Jones, Valley Boys to the world, congratulations to you for this week's achievements, and we hope to see you back in this place very soon. Well, for now, let's check in with Total Sports to see what's going on out there.
Hundreds of athletes from across the Bahamas hitting the track today for day 1 of the Mission View Sports and Culture's National High School Track and Field Championship. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
For more than 30 years, thousands have attended the annual Bahamas Bridal Show to enjoy a spectacular fashion show, fun and games, food and champagne, and $30,000 in prizes, including honeymoons. On Sunday, March 23rd at Grand Hyatt Bahamar, come see the reason the Bahamas Bridal Show is the ultimate experience for weddings and special events. Show tickets, $75. Call 421-9783 or visit bahamasevents.net.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amadal Rhodes, topping sports. Day one of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's National High School Track and Field Championships getting underway earlier today at the old Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. And the action already heating up as we saw a new record fall. The girls under 17 high jump highlights from the early session. Action getting underway on the track as we would see several heats in the boys and girls 100 meters. Over in the pit, a member of the SAC Big Red Machine and recent University of Ole Miss commit Bailey Major soaring past the field in the girls under 20 triple jump, outclassing the competition with a best leap of 12.36 meters.
I was just trusting my training and trying to have fun at the same time.
Talk about the jump because everyone looked like a big one after one another.
Yes, I came out there kind of like with the attempt to break the national record. I didn't, but I'll get there. I also PB'd.
But the story of the day would be the intense battle in the girls under 17 high jump between two of Walker Rift stalwarts and last year's reigning silver medalist and Queens College Comet, Alexandria Komalafe, and the versatile Kiesra Thomas out of Bishop Michael Eldon in Grand Bahama. Ladies would trade impressive jumps back and forth and would both clear a new meet record of 1.68 meters. But ultimately, Komalafe would be awarded the title, being the first of the pair to clear the record-setting height.
Well, starting off low at 145, I just wanted to keep my jump consistent. You know, keep the same run, keep the same drive up, and maintain the same form as I go move up to the higher heights. And then when I reach the 168, we're just keeping the same thing and trusting my coach.
Now, of course, all the action from all the 3 days will be seen here live on the ZNS television network. You definitely want to stay locked in. That's all the time we have for you for sports on this Thursday. Let's check on weather when we return.
Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and the dry conditions continue again tonight, but there's a cold front underway, and that will usher in some cooler temperatures. The front itself should pass through during the early morning hours, and LaDawn, I know you love those cold, wintry temperatures. Well, they will be with us for several more days. Now, your boating forecast tonight, all this brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwestern islands, the winds are going to be southwest to west, just ahead of that front. 10 to 15 knots will be the wave speeds, with the wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. Now, your high tide, that's going to take place at 1 or 2 in the morning, but as the front goes through, those winds will swing out of the northwest. Now, in the central and southeastern islands, northwesterly component, 10 to 15 knots, wave height also at 2 to 4 feet. And then on Friday, we're going to have that northwest winds, but those winds will be increasing significantly, 15 to 25 knots, very rough seas at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. So we will have an advisory in place for boaters in the northwest Bahamas on Friday morning, but that will be short-lived, because by afternoon, we expect those winds to start to decrease again. Low tide on Friday, 7:33 in the morning, with a high tide at 1:14 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, southwest to west, 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And on Saturday, in the northwest and central islands, we're going to have light and variable winds, very flat sea conditions. So the weekend is looking great for boating. The low tide will take place at 8:32 in the morning, with a high tide at 2:13 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas on Saturday, those winds, they're going to be easterly at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. It's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Melina.
Thanks a lot, Basil. We are young. Do you know what that is, Malena?
Not sure, but yes, we are young.
Yes, we are indeed. But Let's Talk Socials has the details on that. Let's turn things over to Matea Cunningham.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Socials. Now, tell me, why does Kyle Gordon have social media in a chokehold right now? If you've been scrolling, you've definitely heard his new song, We Will Never Die. And if you didn't know any better, you would think it's just another early 2000s pop rock anthem. But hold on, Kyle isn't just some regular artist. He's actually parodying every overly optimistic, feel-good song millennials grew up on. You know the big ones with big anthems, catchy hooks, and lyrics that basically scream, life is amazing and nothing can stop us. And somehow he nailed the sound so well that people are actually streaming it unironically. Check this out.
We are young. There's a fire in our soul. We go big or go home together. We are young. That's right. We're black and we're white, but we all will be tonight forever. 'Cause we will never die. No one I know will ever die. Your mom and dad will never die.
That was awesome. So, what do we think? Is this satire at its finest, or are we low-key adding it to our playlists? That's it for Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea, and have a great evening.
Yes, Matea, we are definitely young.
Yes, we are. Well, that does it for Access Now for tonight.
Stay tuned, though, for the opening of the High School Track and Field Nationals.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.